What is going on, everybody? My name is Conor. Welcome to the week of Hero or Zero. This is the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking one comic book character, as we do every single week. We talk their good points, their bad points, and just generally give you a bit of a rundown about everything to do with that character. As always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Shaun. Shaun, how is it going?
Going great, Conor. I love talking about obscure comic book characters on this show.
Such as Thor and
Mysterio.
Mysterio and Nightwing. Nobody knows Nightwing, actually.
No, sure, Nightwing's shit, man.
Oh, okay, look. Tune in next week.
When Conor will be doing this show on his own.
No, imagine like you were halfway through Nightwing is shit and it's just got Nightwing is someone you just heard fighting. You didn't even get to the end of the sentence.
All those snipers you hired on me fight at once.
Take the shot. No, so me and Shaun are not in the studio this week together, but what we're doing is we're still bringing you this episode over the magic of the technology, Shaun, as we are wont to do every now and then.
Yeah, it happens, but I was pushing for the telegram. But Conor said, nah, people don't understand the telegram
beep,
anymore.
Beep, 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 beep. Oh, fucking dickhead, he said Nightwing is shit.
Take the shot.
He beeped Nightwing is shit. This week, I am going to do a character that is shit.
Oh, yes.
Shaun.
Nightwing it is.
No, not again. Nightwing, part 2. No, I'm going to do a character that has been around since the 40s and was once a foe of Wonder Woman.
Guaranteed to be good.
Guaranteed to be good. Now, the character I have chosen this week, their first appearance was in Sensation Comics, number 59 in 1946, created by William Moulton Marston.
Okay.
The character's name?
Yeah.
The Blue Snowman.
The Blue Snowman?
The Blue Snowman.
Like, I understand it's a post-World War II era, but
yes.
Surely they knew what colour snow was.
Now look, that would be a minimum requirement, really.
To create a character that is a snowman, yes.
Yeah, no, that would be basic. So, I know what you're thinking. Blue Snowman sounds interesting. Who is this guy? What's he about? Well, the Blue Snowman isn't actually a snowman, per se, Shaun.
What? He's a snow woman?
But it's actually a woman posing as a man, posing as a blue snowman for the purposes of committing crimes.
Oh, this is like an anti-Madame Fatale.
Yes, I found another one.
What is this niche of supervillains that you found?
It's very weird. Like, it's just in the 40s, I think comic book writers thought the funniest thing ever was a woman dressing up as a man.
Still the funniest thing ever. Come on.
Oh, well, of course. Look, sorry, that was wrong of me to say it was. But it's still classic comedy. But at the same time, they went one step further, because not only is this woman dressing as a man, but the man she's dressing as is also now dressing as a snowman who is blue.
It's genius in a way, because when they're like searching for a suspect, they'll be like, 6 foot tall, medium build, man.
Melty.
Melty.
Melty and blue. Like, how do you describe it? What, are you going to describe the snowman in the crime report?
He had a roguish charm about him, officer.
Oh man, top hat to die for. A top hat to absolutely die for. So I know you want to know the backstory. I feel like that's the selling point. It's a woman posing as a man, posing as a blue snowman for the purposes of committing crime. So let's get into it.
Okay.
Birna Brilliant. I'm struggling with pronouncing her name, but please forgive me.
What's that first name, sorry?
Birna Brilliant. So Byrna.
Birna. Oh, interesting. I'm interested to hear about this character now.
Birna Brilliant's scientist father died while working on his invention of blue snow, Shaun.
For what purpose?
A special form of precipitation that freezes everything it touches.
To what end?
So, hang on. This invention was intended to serve humanity. ...
This is exactly the plot of Snowpiercer.
So far, so good, so.
Yeah.
This invention was intended to serve humanity, although precisely how seemed rather vague.
Yeah. I mean, isn't that most science?
So, this dude was creating blue snow, and every time someone's like, why are you doing that? It's for humanity, Shaun. But for fuck's sake.
How is freezing everything going to help people?
Like, it's here to serve humanity. I don't need to explain myself one more bit. If you cannot figure that out, that's on you.
And then everyone was just like, "Oh yeah, I don't want to seem dumb. I mean, I better just go along with this."
It's like a big group of people, and like the most cool person is like nodding, so everybody else is like looking at them, nodding along too.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, no, we get it as well.
He knows what he's up to. Yeah.
Yeah. Thinking to put her father's work to more profitable use, Berna creates the masculine identity of the Snowman and unleashes the petrifying power of blue snow upon the farming community of Fairweather Valley. So Shaun...
Oh no.
They'd be the worst weather they'd be the worst valley to go to.
They're ill prepared.
If it's not mild, we're fucked. So Berna's father comes up with this magic snow that is blue. We don't know why. It's there to serve humanity. He passes away.
Yeah.
So she's not the brightest person in any room. So she realises very quickly that she can't continue on his work.
Well, her father is the genius scientist who invented blue snow. Can't follow that up, you know.
It's so once your parent reaches greatness, it's very hard to follow in that footstep.
It really just give up, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Just give up on your life. Just go become, I don't know, some sort of middle management in some sort of terrible company, and just live your days out in sadness. Is what I say.
While you slowly freeze to death from your father's invention.
Yeah, don't live in Fairweather Valley. Actually, no, do if you just like mild. Just mild. So she decides, instead of just continuing on the research, she takes that invention and uses it for her dastardly deeds instead. But Shaun, she's a woman, so she can't do it on her own. She needs a special identity.
Oh, the 40s.
Of course. So she becomes a man who then has the idea that he can't do it all on his own, and he needs to become something else, and he becomes the Blue Snowman.
And this is where the character's legacy really kicked off.
Really kicked off. So she threatens all the community in Fairweather Valley, demanding each farmer's life savings in return for the chemical antidote that will free the crops, the livestock and the people from the snow's effects.
And they said, no, this is helping humanity.
So her plan is just to freeze all of the valley if they don't give them all of her or don't give her all of their life savings.
Right, okay. It's small scale, really, like in terms of supervillains.
Start small, get on to apocalypse after.
Like, if she asked for my life savings, like, I don't think I could withdraw that from an ATM because they don't give out change.
No. Yeah, I have. Just imagine you just took out like a little purse with coins
and just handed it over.
2, there you go. But like, how scared would you be if a blue snowman approached you asking for your life savings? That is the question.
Now, are we talking like Frosty the Snowman? Like, what kind of snowman is it?
I am allowing you one Googs, if you want, to Google the look of the Blue Snowman, because it is fucking dumb. So...
Blue Snowman. Okay, here we go. Images. Oh, God. This is not the best design I've ever seen.
It was the 40s.
It looks like a Bakugan.
What do you mean?
Just like it looks like a weird robot toy you'd sell to children.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Because
that's
marbles
interesting
aren't cool
because...
anymore.
Well, it's interesting you say that because she actually has sidekicks who are robots.
Oh, I thought you were going to say they were children.
Child robots.
Oh, of course. Toasters.
They have to do deeds and then just go beep boop beep.
Well done, Timmy.
Constantly. well done. Now here is some oil. Can't I have some food? No, Timmy.
In this photo I'm looking at as well, the snowman also has a pipe.
Yeah, and is it beating the head off someone?
Yes.
Yes, I've seen that photo. That is the photo I love. That I think that is the perfect encapsulation of the character.
Oh, that's the one that's going on the Instagram.
Yeah. Now Wonder Woman forced him to defrost the valley. Him is in quotation marks, by the way.
Of course.
But Wonder Woman turns up and is just like, here, lad.
Give it a rest.
You're dressed as a fucking snowman and I'm Wonder Woman. This is slightly unfair and I think I might kick the shit out of you if you just leave. Just don't leave it. Just walk away.
Yeah.
So like many of Wonder Woman's enemies, Brilliant is sentenced to prison on the Amazon Penal Colony Transformation Island.
A fate worse than death.
Is there some sort of pun there that's called the Penal Colony Transformation Island, and it's on Amazon?
What are you trying to get at there, Conor?
I'm just saying the penal colony is a strange use.
It's penalty.
Yeah.
Ireland had the penal laws for years. We're still not quite over.
Of course. No, fair enough. No, you're dead right. An island full of just women. Okay.
Right. Oh, Conor, you're not making sense to me here.
I think a comic book writer was like, I fucking nailed that. Absolutely nailed it. Go home for lunch, lads, we're done. But in 1948, you think, right, she gets arrested. Obviously she gets unmasked, she gets arrested, she gets put in jail in the Amazon Penal Colony Transformation Island jail.
Yes.
You think that's it? That's it for the snowman.
Surely we'll never hear from her again.
You would think. But in 1948, she and 7 other female supervillains escape and pool their talents as Villainy Inc. in a comic book series.
That is
Villainy
a Scooby-Doo enemy.
It's a very Scooby-Doo villain as well, when you think about it.
Yeah, there'd be so much unmasking, it'd be perfect.
Oh, a double reveal on Scooby-Doo is almost unheard of.
I believe only once in the Scooby-Doo canon has it happened.
Season 15, episode 6. We all know it.
It's classic.
In this appearance in the comic book, she calls herself the Blue Snowman. Villainy Inc. took over Paradise Island and set up an ambush for Wonder Woman. The Blue Snowman, having constructed a new version of her blue snow ray, was the first to attack Wonder Woman in the gauntlet of attacks that she would face.
She's had years to build up hate.
She builds up hate. It didn't actually work out for Miss Brilliant, as she was quickly defeated and recaptured before she could even leave the island that the 8 originally started on.
Oh God. Poor performance.
I'll be the first to take her out, lads. Immediately beaten in 10 seconds.
Yeah, she served as basically a distraction for the rest of them to run away.
Basically. So after all of the Golden Age Wonder Woman stories were erased from history by the Crisis on Infinite Earth crossover, Blue Snowman actually fell into obscurity for many years because it's the Blue Snowman. Yeah. Like, let's be honest. Like, they have a choice. Every crisis, they always have a choice and just be like, what characters would we like to keep? And there's not one writer that's like, you know what we need? You know what I think they could really spruce up this universe? If we had a woman dressed as a man, dressed as a snowman.
And then applause from everyone at the table.
But it's one of those like slow, like one person is clapping.
Yeah.
And then it gets louder.
Amazing.
Blue Snowman reappeared, similar to her Golden Age version in post-Crisis. She was formerly a member of the Ice Pack, a group of ice-themed supervillains, but was kicked out for not being cool enough.
Oh, God. Jesus Christ.
Double pun.
Was this like a comic for 6-year-olds?
I think so. Yes, it was.
Okay.
She gets kicked out of the Ice Pack, and she thinks, where do I go from here? Well, she then decides, I need to make a name for myself alone. I can't just be part of Villainy Inc. I can't just be part of the Ice Pack. So she decides to battle Power Girl and Dr. Midnight in a battle of the ages, Shaun.
Oh my god, okay. Those seem more powerful than she is.
I would say Power Girl could rip her in half if she wanted to.
Right, so... And it's not just Power Girl, she's...
No, it's Dr. Midnight is there as well, who's also quite powerful. So, she battled Power Girl and Dr. Midnight and wielded a variety of weaponry. You don't just think she's coming into this empty-handed shot. She's coming prepared.
No, she's got snowballs. She's got snowballs with rocks in them.
Very similar. Including a hat which formed blue snow.
Oh.
Very powerful. And a smoking pipe which projected icicles.
What?
That is her two weapons. I actually lied when I said she had lots. She just has those two.
And those are essentially just things she happens to be wearing.
Yeah.
But a pipe...
Well, a smoking pipe, she's just doing that to look cool.
Oh, of course. That's smoking is big and clever.
Of course.
But what I don't get is that a pipe is like the one element of a snowman that generates heat. Why does it make icicles?
I never even thought of that.
That makes no sense.
What else would you have? A carrot? A carrot gun?
A carrot would make more sense.
Maybe a carrot gun.
A gun that shoots coal.
Oh, of course. But coal is normally burned for heat.
Oh, I've fallen into my own trap. You know what? Writing comics is harder than it looks.
Look, let's go back to these experts. Maybe the experts know how to write around this. Well, Power Girl and Dr. Midnight easily defeated her and retrieved a sapphire? She had stolen it. I was saying sapphire. She was sassy when she stole it, but she stole a sapphire. When Vartox, which sounds like a Power Rangers villain.
Yeah, it really does.
When Vartox came to Earth to make Power Girl his bride, his seduction musk was inhaled by the Blue Snowman accidentally.
Oh no. What capers will ensue?
So Power Girl, she's the one who has like, her body makes no sense.
Right.
Like, it's just like a perfect 8. Or not even just an 8, like it's the tiniest little bit in the middle.
Okay.
Written by a dude in the 50s.
Oh, as all comic women were.
Yes, so Power Girl, Vartox comes to Earth and he says, I'm making you my bride. But she's not just going to go with him because Vartox, I'm assuming, I don't want to put it onto him, don't think he's a nice chap.
Doesn't sound great.
So he has to use a seduction musk. And he covers himself on it, but the Blue Snowman accidentally inhales it.
Oh no!
Yes,
it's easy happen. We've all been there.
We've all been there.
We've all breathed musk
from Vartox.
Yeah.
Yeah, she confessed her love for Vartox after being affected by the musk, then protected him in the fight that ensued using her hat. This caused they were fighting a massive creature called a Negaspike, which we've never heard of and will never hear of again. But it's just a big massive monster, okay?
Okay.
And Vartox is fighting this massive monster, and Negaspike is like, okay, this is a fair battle because Vartox is quite a powerful creature. Well, the Blue Snowman, she's after getting into a battle that I feel like might be out of her depth for love.
I mean, she has a track record of getting into battles where she can't win.
Yeah. So she then protected Vartox using her hat. This caused the Negaspike, the massive creature, their attention to turn to the Blue Snowman within the battle.
Oh no.
Yes. ... It quickly devoured her.
Oh, so she's canonically died then.
This is pre-New 52. She was quickly devoured by Negaspike after falling in love with Vartox, who had come to Earth to marry Power Girl using a seduction musk. Shaun, is this the most convoluted way to write out a character?
I feel like they just could have said, oh, she froze to death, and everyone would have accepted it.
Or she retired. She's gone.
Yeah, she's given up on her life of crime, and she's now following in her father's footsteps and making useless things.
Here now, right, it was helping humanity, Shaun. So, whether she survived the attack is yet to be seen in the pre-New 52.
How long has it been?
Right, but in the New 52, the Blue Snowman has actually been seen battling Wonder Woman and her ally, Hesia, using her robot minions. The robots were quickly dispatched, and it is unknown what became of the Blue Snowman, though it's likely that she was incarcerated after her defeat. So, you might think, maybe that's the end. They brought her back for a one-off in like 2 panels in a New 52 comic.
Yeah, like a nothing role.
That's it. She's finished. There's no way back. Well, in DC Rebirth, they actually did bring her back. And at some point, she began battling Wonder Woman again, which she was wearing a blue snow suit that was like, they re-equipped her with like a mecha suit, an exo-mech, like a robot suit, basically.
Right, okay.
Like, basically Mr. Freeze's suit.
Oh, okay, so they now have 2 characters with the same skill set.
Of course. Well, not for long, because her suit was eventually destroyed by Wonder Woman in the battle. This, in turn, rendered Brilliant, I'm still butchered her name, Brilliant, comatose.
Okay, so not dead, but still, so if they want to bring her back, they can.
In the space of 10 years, she has been both eaten by a massive monster and put into a coma to get her out of the comic books.
They must bring her back thinking, oh, this is a great idea. And then they try and write a story around her and it's, oh, this is a nightmare.
Realise very quickly there's fucking nothing.
There's no story to tell.
Because, like, once you have Mr. Freeze, what do you have? Like, what's left?
Yeah, and Mr. Freeze has a better backstory.
And you've Captain Cole, who would be slightly less... he's slightly worse than Mr. Freeze, but also is still kind of a dick and kind of loved as a character. And then you just have her.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know how to rank those characters in terms of goodness, but I know she's at the bottom.
So her powers and abilities, Shaun, now, I know we've talked about this a lot, but her powers are tenfold. Right? If there was a Marvel 1-7 rating system here, I think it'd be 7s across the board. But we can only go off DC. So Berna uses her father's invention to sow terror. Whether she has technical skills of her own is unclear.
That's the best way to operate as a villain. No one knows what you're capable of.
The reader assumes that she does, but it is not demonstrated in the comics.
There is literally no evidence about it, lads.
So, Berna also has a light and dexterous touch. That makes her an expert pickpocket. She's also able to move around silently and can run pretty fast when chased.
That's just some regular human skills.
She's kind of fast and can kind of pickpocket people.
Wonder Woman's a god.
Yeah, no, when you really put it into perspective that this woman's foe is Wonder Woman...
it doesn't scale.
Oh, boys. No, it doesn't. Like, Wonder Woman, you wouldn't even have to, like, stand up. You could probably do it sitting down.
You could probably do it from another country.
Just, like, throw something.
Yeah, just throw it real hard.
As long as it lands on her. The Blue Snowman also had robots, as I mentioned. She mostly used these as messengers and bodyguards, and the robots were dressed as Blue Snowman. So in every comic book panel, there was always her dressed as a Blue Snowman, and then 10 other Blue Snowmans that were robots. And you could only tell the difference, really, when she started talking and there was a bubble over her head.
Oh, and you knew which one to focus on.
Of course, yes, of course.
Pure trash.
So the Blue Snowman's chief weapon is the telescopic snow ray. It looks more or less like it looks more or less like a full-size 1940s telescope in a cupola on top of her building. So it's one of those big, massive fucking telescopes that's at the end of Batman and Robin.
Yeah, or I was thinking like it's something Dr. Doofenshmirtz would make in Phineas and Ferb.
Exactly. It can indeed observe distant scenes like any telescope, and which is I'm glad we know that. But
Yes.
the snow ray can also trigger local snowstorms.
Not
These are
local.
these are heavy and fierce enough to down a plane after
Ooh.
enough time and snow and ice has fallen.
I mean, that's a regular snowstorm.
Once, like 40 feet of snow falls, that plane is coming right down.
But you could also say that about, like, God, if a load of rocks fell from the sky right now, one of them might hit someone.
Well, you could, but that'd take a very cynical man to take down the Blue Snowman, Shaun.
That's true.
For God's sake.
Look, I didn't mean it. I was just trying to be disrespectful.
This is my favourite comic book character.
Can I just say as well that, like, this character appeared in a comic called Sensation Comics.
Yes, and it was a sensation.
And still is, presumably.
Coldness is a sensation.
Oh, so is burning.
So is burning, and my eyes are burning when I read these comics for this report.
Excellent segue.
Thank you very much. The cold can also be devastating against targets not equipped for cold temperatures. Oh!
Like a lizard.
Oh, no. Not like any human being when they don't have a coat on and it's raining. Oh!
Chill you to your
fuck.
bones.
Pneumonia, I'll get you. Furthermore, the snow and ice are a special blue chemical formulation. Thus, it will freeze living beings it falls on, turning them into blue statues if they get exposed to too much blue snow. Too much, not just any. Too much.
So there's a limit. There's like a threshold where you're grabbed.
There's a level that you can take before you become a blue snow statue.
Yeah. Which is like, you can take a certain amount of snow before you freeze to death.
Exactly. No amount of towing or brushing the snow off will ever free the target, Shaun. Oh, fuck, I'm getting creeped out. However, some superhuman beings can shrug off the effects. Now, shrug off is an interesting use of the word there.
Yeah, a strong choice of words there.
Shrug off. Like, oh, I'm just kind of cold. No, but just get off me.
And
okay,
presumably, that's every hero she fights against can shrug it off.
Well, she's only fought 3 people in this report, and all 3 of them are superpowered.
I assume they're all grand at the end of it.
Yeah, I think Power Girl and Wonder Woman, like, genuinely, both of them could possibly pick her up and throw her into another continent if they wanted to.
Yeah, and she can make it snow sometimes.
And I finish with this. The Blue Snowman's biggest threat, of course, is this blue snow, and the fact that she is the only one with the antidote. Dun dun dun.
So yeah,
fuck.
It's really more of like a hostage scenario kind of.
For everyone, at all times, no matter what the situation.
Yeah, just like I could freeze all of you. But wait, if she freezes them, how are they going to use the antidote?
Well, she has the antidote. She could use the antidote on them. It's a case of, if you don't give me all your money, I will freeze you, and I'm the only one with the antidote, so you will never be saved.
Oh, I see. I get you.
Now.
Conor.
So, Shaun, I ask you one simple question.
Yeah.
The Blue Snowman versus the Black... What was it, man's name?
The Black Knight?
No, the bird.
Oh, the Black Condor.
The Black Condor versus the Blue Snowman. Fight to the death.
I think the Black Condor has it for 2 reasons.
Can fly.
1, can fly. 2, just has a gun.
I'll freeze you if you don't give me bang. Okay, well, no. That's fight over.
Yeah. And the Black Condor was, like, ruthless enough to just sleep with another man's wife who he kind of looked like.
And steal his identity, which, if you've not listened to the Black Condor report, I would go back. That's actually one of my favourites.
That man is a pure scumbag.
A psychopath. But Shaun, the Blue Snowman, I've told you everything you need to know about her, him and it. What are your thoughts?
Look, we haven't had a report like this in a while.
Yeah, you seem like you're shocked.
Speechless, I would say. In that, this character, we've heard of 3 instances where they've appeared in comics. And every one of them, they've had no redeeming features in terms of character.
No, she just stole her dead father's work and then used it to try and get some money.
Surely she's going to run out of the blue snow eventually.
Because she doesn't know how to make it.
Yeah, like, you just delete her hard drive, you're grand. She has no formula
Yeah, but
anymore.
what? You only make 3 appearances in 75 years and you will still have a lot of blue snow left over.
No, she puts it in drinks and everything.
Yeah, at the start she was using loads of it and now she's like getting down to rationing it.
She's like, oh fuck.
Can I do this robbery without using the blue snow? Jeez, I'm down to my last gun.
Jeez, sure, what's the point
bullet.
What's the point of robbing if I don't have blue snow?
Like, that's genuinely my whole thing, so I have to bring it with me, but like if I use it then I won't have it for my cool sips in the summer.
I mean, summer's coming. It's not going to snow forever.
Summer is coming. And that lemonade is not going to cool itself, lads. You know what I mean?
Not at all. I refuse to use ice.
Yeah, there's a whole freezer beside her. Idiots. Freezers. Shaun, do you want to take us out?
Yes, thanks everyone very much for listening to this episode of Hero Zero. We'll be back on Monday with Movie Mondays, Wednesday with Weird News Wednesdays, and next Friday with another episode of Hero or Zero. It'll be my week, so I'll be doing, I don't know, probably fucking Iron Man by the track record I have.
Probably some character that we've all heard of and we don't need the backstory.
Nothing as gold as Blue Snowman, anyway.
Damn, fuck! I shouldn't have followed Thor up with the Blue Snowman.
No. Level pegging. If you are interested in supporting the show, we do have a Patreon account. It's patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast, or there's a link in the description. Big thank you to everyone who supports us on Patreon. And if you want to support us, feel free. If you don't want to support us, or you just can't, the best way you can support the show is by telling one human being that we exist.
Very good.
Thank you. Is that everything? We're on social media too, but fine.
Yeah, it's all in the description. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, fair.
So, I've been Conor Lawler.
I've been Shaun.
I'll see you next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.